Remember, Sully, when I said I wouldn't drop the deals?
That's right, Major. You did.
I lied.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to another eShop Deals video, where each and every week we go through the Nintendo Switch eShop and we take a look at some of the best games currently on sale. Now today, yet again, we have a great lineup of games with a sizzle reel that is definitely can't miss. Now just before we jump into those, a quick reminder for anyone who might be new here to the channel, that in each eShop Deals video, I give away a $10 eShop gift card. If you want to participate in that giveaway, all you need to do is be subscribed to the channel and drop a comment down below. You then check out the next eShop Deals video to see if you won. Also, if you reach the end of the video and you're still looking for other great deals, I'll always be linking down below the latest eShop Deals videos because a lot of those deals are still running today and I just don't go over them 2 videos in a row. Now with all that stuff out of the way, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already so we can finally hit that 20k subscriber mark. Now we're starting off strong this week with Pumpkin Jack hitting a brand new low of 70% off $8.99 and will be running till September 18th. Now this game is a 3D action platformer that harkens back to classic titles like Medieval. And thanks to its whimsical art style and engaging gameplay, it is one of my favorite indie games in this genre. It really manages to offer a nostalgic yet fresh experience at the same time. The game shines with very well designed levels, the occasional challenging puzzle, and really some charming characters. I do want to warn, the controls themselves can feel a little clunky at times, but they work in perfectly with the overall design. Now, if you're a fan of 3D action platformers with a slight challenge to them, then Pumpkin Jack is a must-play for you. It is the perfect example, as I said earlier, of old school charm and modern polish. And right now, at 70% off for $8.99, this game is a great deal. Now, our next great game for today is going to be Furi Modore Edition that is back to 60% off, $9.99, and this one will be running till September 8th. Now this game is a masterful boss rush game that excels in sound design, visuals, and most important overall, combat mechanics. The game's narrative is light, but is compelling nonetheless, and delivered in these sort of slow walking sections while you're making your way to the next boss. But as I pointed to earlier, the highlight of this game is definitely the combat, featuring some well-designed bosses and a really tight control scheme. Now, although I would definitely class this game as a very challenging one, it is also an extremely rewarding one at the same time. And the soundtrack fits in so well with the gameplay that it definitely adds to the experience and keeps you wanting to go for another attempt. Now, not only that, in the Modore Edition you also get the DLC included, which almost feels like a second game. In the end, if you're in the market for a challenging boss rush style game, you'll be hard pressed to find a better entry than Furi, especially at this price. Now, our next great game for today is going to be Primal Light, also hitting a brand new low of 60% off, $5.99, and will be running till September 18th. Now, this is actually a game that I fully reviewed on the channel, and it is ultimately a 2D retro action platformer that once again offers a pretty challenging experience. Now, the game is very light on storyline with pretty much just a cutscene at the beginning and the end, but what it does feature is 10 levels, each ending with a really fun boss fight. The game will also have you acquire new abilities as you make your way through the levels, and will definitely challenge your mastery of each one of them. Now, the good news is that the controls are very responsive, although there are maybe 1 or 2 mechanics throughout the gameplay that could have used a little bit of improvement. Now visually, although the game really did manage to capture that 16-bit art style perfectly, by the time you hit the later levels, you might start seeing a little bit of asset recycling. But nonetheless, if you're in the market for challenging 2D action platformers, this game can be a great one to pick up, especially right now at only $5.99. Now it's time to take a quick break and announce today's winner of the $10 eShop gift card. And our winner for today is going to be Nim H, who said, "I picked up Anton Ball recently and that game is a portal to a better time. I love it." And you know what? I'm not familiar with that game, but I checked it out and I think I'll be picking it up this week and trying it out. So now all you need to do to claim your $10 eShop gift card is reach out to me in my pinned comment down below. Now if we jump straight back into the deals, we've got a brand new one hitting the channel, and that is Kraino Origins. That is now 40% off, $7.19. However, you will have to move very quickly. This one is ending on September 1st. I do want to mention first of all that although this game isn't my pick of the week, it came extremely close to being it. Now this is once again a 2D action platformer that pays homage to the classic games like Mega Man, Castlevania, and Super Mario Bros. 3. And once again, what makes this one stand out is the excellent level designs that introduce unique gimmicks and challenges in almost each one of the 8 different levels. And while I would definitely once again call this game somewhat challenging, the game is extremely well balanced and offers permanent power-ups and sub-weapons to help the players along. And in reality, one of the only true downsides I found to this game is the fact that it has a short runtime, depending on your comfort level of between 3 to 5 hours, and I would have appreciated even double this amount. But when one of the only bad things you can tell about a game is that you wanted to play more of it, you know what, that ends up almost being a positive. Now this game is ultimately so well crafted that I would even put it in the same category as Shovel Knight and Cyber Shadow. And it offers yet again a perfect balance of challenge and nostalgia. Easily worth its full price of $11.99, right now at $7.19 this game is a steal. Now next, we have my official pick of the week, and that is going to be Dawn of the Monsters. That's also hitting a brand new low of 50% off, $14.99, and this one will be running till September 8th. Now this game is ultimately a kaiju-themed 2D side-scrolling beat-em-up. Now the base game itself offers 4 unique characters that each have very distinct abilities and playstyles. And the base game itself offers 30 plus levels with some minor RPG elements blended in, like upgrades and augments. And it's all tied together with some various cutscenes that are fully voice acted and presented in an extremely visually appealing blend of comic book meets manga. Now, even at its base level, I already considered this game a hidden gem on the Nintendo Switch, but the real reason why I'm making this game my pick of the week for this week is we just got some brand new DLC for the game, adding in what was probably the biggest missing element, which is a 5th playable character based on the Megazord from Power Rangers, but also a more streamlined but yet very challenging arcade mode. And not to mention adding in a ton of new skins for each one of the different characters. Now if you want to dive in completely, there is a double pack with the DLC already included, but the good news is that you can buy the base game and then add the DLC in later for the exact same price. So you can always decide to try the base game before investing the extra $6. But if you're a kaiju fan or a beat 'em up fan, this game is a definite pickup for this week. Now our next great game for today is going to be Beacon Pines. That is 30% off, $13.99, and this one will be running till September 3rd. Now this game could be best described as a narrative storybook game, which almost feels like a blend between a visual novel and an adventure game. Now as both the reader and the main character of the story, you get to swap out different words to change the whole story's trajectory. Now as a young boy named Luca, along with his friends, you need to uncover a town-wide conspiracy. Now the characters and art style here are the main focus, and they are extremely charming and is what is going to pull you into the game. And although the game does ultimately allow for different story branches, they are sort of all trying to wind down and reach the same ultimate ending. Now, as a person who's not necessarily very into the genre, I've got to say this game is a definite standout in the narrative adventure genre, because it really does manage to offer a very fresh and engaging experience, even if this is not necessarily your main genre of gameplay. The one thing, however, I would mention is try to finish this game in very few sittings, because sometimes the back and forth in the storyline can get you confused if you go multiple days without diving back in. But ultimately, yet again for this week, this was a game easily worth its full price, so getting it for $13.99 is yet again a great pickup. Now it's time for today's Sizzle Reel of Deals with some other great games for this week. So now at the end of another great eShop deals video, and I want to hear from all of you. Let me know what games you're picking up in the comments down below. Also, a huge shout out to my channel supporters. Their monthly support is so appreciated here at the channel, and you can always check out all their names on the end screen of the video. And don't forget, on the way out, to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and click on that notification bell so you know when all my future content comes out. And as usual, I hope I'll see you in my next video.